What better way to start off the afternoon than with some football, huh? It's time to get things started here on the NFL on EA Sports. CBKYr5 ready to get this one going. And we are underway in London. Struggling to center it. Oh, it's loose! From well into the end zone, he's going to bring this out. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Right to the air is Herbert. Going deep right away. Well, they took their shot immediately. Would have been cool if they connected, but no luck. 2nd down.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Throwing from near his own goal line. Complete out to the right side. And they're able to drag him down as he reaches the 15-yard line. They get an even 10 on that play. And it'll give them a 1st down.
I'm sure Coach, play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
They'll run it here with Bijan Robinson. And that's good for a gain of 5. Kalen Bullock up to make the stop. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you're going to be a Pro Bowler.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Set. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. Completes, it's Bijan Robinson. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Herbert on 1st down. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And he goes out. Just needed one more step to reach midfield. They managed 22 on the rip and a 1st down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
1st and 10. Here's Herbert. Harrison's got it on the sideline.
That's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Now Herbert again. He puts some power on a deep one left. And he's there to send that one away incomplete. Just couldn't get it to Marvin Harrison Jr. there. And it's 3rd down now.
Well, I'll tell you what that deflection is all about is following the quarterback's eyes. DB knew where that throw was going. With that intuition, he was able to get a hand on it and send it right out of bounds.
Throwing the out route complete. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And that'll be a 1st down.
Okay, when you watch the combine, you'll watch guys try to make this throw. And without chemistry, it's so hard to execute. That was picture perfect. That's a QB and receiver on the same page because that route, that deep out to the field, that takes just a different level of connectedness.
Throwing on 1st is Herbert. Taking a shot for the end zone. Oh, they got it. Intercepted along the goal line. Picked off by Derek Stingley Jr. And the Texans will take over as he records his 1st interception of our season.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Trying to throw here out of the gun. And his first pass falls incomplete.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you, you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Throwing from the gun. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
You know, so often we talk about speed offensively, right? We love receivers that can run. Well, that was a perfect example of how speed kills you defensively. A hurried throw almost ended an interception. And that wasn't until after they almost brought him down behind the line for a sack. Speed's the difference.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Setting up a throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of fourth down. The Texans set to punt. And he's in a real tough spot for his first kick. And he drives it towards the other end of the field. And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. 58 yards on the punt there. And it's going to be their football coming up. New set of downs for him from the 46.
10.
First and 10, Herbert. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Toward the sideline, and he's got it. He does it. Touchdown! The Wizards take a 6-0 lead in the first quarter. It's a Bijan Robinson touchdown. Dicker tacks on the extra point. And the Wizards will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Brings in the kick at the 9. They'll get this drive started. First and 10. Mitchell now in motion left. And he's brought down across the 15 to about the 16-yard line. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7.
This is one of those real modest gains, Kate, that I like as a call. And it's just a little more variety to your playbook. Makes that defense wonder. Those guys on the other side of the ball think a little bit. This dude's not just a receiver. He may get in the run game as well.
Second down now, 7 to go.
Let's go now.
From the 16. He completes it in traffic. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
18, right here. 10 for 11, 10 for 11. Buffalo 18. Ready?
Throwing it again here. Taking the deep shot there on first down. Okay, no luck connecting. It's incomplete.
They don't complete a high percentage of these, but even the incomplete deep shots serve a purpose. It keeps the defense honest, knowing if they overcommit close, They could get burned.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Throwing from the gun here. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be third down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Complete out to the right. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
They are throwing it again. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And it's picked up by the defense. And they finish the return to the end zone. Touchdown! The Wizards get another 6 to make this a 13-0 game. Dicker on now for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Wizards drive out to an early 14-0 lead. Still reeling a little after fumbling that away, but they're going to get it right back with this kickoff. Starting at the 10. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. They're out and set, first and 10.
Let's go.
On the ground, this is Trey Benson. And he's able to push this ahead to around the 27. Give him around 6. That's going to make it second and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. That one intended for Trey McBride. And now they need to get 4 on third down. Seeing some early game planning at work here, Brock. They were quick to attack that throw and break it up.
Yeah, this defense knows the importance this offense places on throwing the ball to their tight ends, and they were ready for it and all over it.
He has the first over the middle. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. That one gains 7. And it sets up a Houston first.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
Throwing now from the gun. This finds Mitchell, complete. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain move.
Welcome back. We'll begin the second quarter with the Texans in possession. They're looking at yet another first and 10 on this drive. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Second and 12 behind the sticks. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
Well into this first half, still struggling to find any rhythm, and that's what sacks do. That is why these defenders get paid big money when they get those sacks in the stat column, because as you're seeing today, it totally disrupts the rhythm, the continuity, and any success for an offense.
And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete.
You know, ball skills, they're not just a selling point for receivers entering the draft. Teams want defenders, especially in this day and age of the passing game, who can make plays on the ball, too, especially on these deeper throws. He doesn't swat that one away. We could be looking at a huge game.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on fourth. They're going for this. They can't connect as the coverage comes through. The fourth down stand.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
And he gets this one down to the 30-yard line. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2. Shotgun snap to Herbert. That's caught at the 4. He has the touchdown. Dicker on now for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Wizards stretch their lead to 21. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. This return starts at the 5. And this drive will start inside the 25. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. And off to Benson to start the drive. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine. And that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Shotgun snap. They're going to throw. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's it.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Now looking to throw. That's caught for the 1st. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down. Offense in the hurry up here. From the red zone now. Toward the side of the end zone, but that one's incomplete.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
So the incompletion on 1st. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll throw it again. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans fighting back and shaving 6 off that lead. Trey McBride, the touchdown. Fairbairn connects on the extra point. And the Texans get it back to a 14-point game. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
380.
Herbert from the gun. He's on the move. Oh, shouldn't let that one go. It's intercepted. And the Texans are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they've gotten him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful. Right? You've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense. And this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
Throwing with a blitz on the way. Connecting on the slant. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the 1st.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Pass is caught at the 9. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about 2 things, separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks, that's the trust, and then they got to believe that that separation can create the big one.
And he gets in, touchdown! The Texans parlay the interception into points. Trey Benson, the touchdown! Point after up and good by Fairbairn. And the Texans chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a 1-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Set. Ready.
Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Offense to the line for 2nd down.
Set. Real.
Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. Able to hit Robinson, complete. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here.
Set. Go.
Herbert now. Into traffic, complete. And that will not be enough for a 1st down.
Hey, go Lion, 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 Lion.
Ooh, maybe some nerves there. He moved early on 4th down. Now we're going to see if this affects their choice to go for it. The Wizards getting all set to punt. And this will be his first effort of the contest. Ooh, it's away, but he knows he mishit that one. Headed for the sideline. So this one will go out of bounds, and they'll start the drive inside their own 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Slot man motioned over. Back now, pressure on its way. Snared by the running back. Here's Trey Benson. And they can't chop to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And the Texans are going to have a 1st down. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
As a play caller, Kate, I would always be a little cautious of a 1st down draw. I like it better when that defense is anticipating pass. Well, they were only anticipating getting the backfield and making that running back feel the pain.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Looking to the air here. He's got him. That's McBride. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset?
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Dropping back to throw. Able to get it to Benson. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. Now the offense going to take its 3rd and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. Offense set for a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. That one is incomplete. The clock now down to 16 seconds remaining. Trying to find Trey McBride. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Throwing from the gun. That is incomplete. Down to 13 seconds left. That one intended for Adonai Mitchell. That's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Now it's Kaimi Fairbairn on to try it for the Texans. A very short kick here from the right hash. Everly's kick is good. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
In that close, in the red zone, you know they're upset. They couldn't finish the drive with a touchdown. It's only half the points, but at least there's something to show for the possession.
And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. Only 10 seconds remaining here, so 1st and 10 may be our last snap of the half. He's back to throw. And that's incomplete, and it also stops the clock with just 5 seconds left.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down.
Set. 380. Set.
Not taking any risks here, keeping this one on the ground. And he stopped on a nice gain on what is the final play of this first half. We've reached the midway point of this contest. 2 quarters down and an exciting 2 to go. The NFL on EA Sports returns after this. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Ewart with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Well, if you love high-scoring games, no doubt you have been glued to your television so far. And no signs of slowing down as we begin our second half. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
65-6. Let's go now.
They'll come out throwing. Escapes the pocket. Oh, intended for McBride, but it's intercepted. And it's a pick 6 as he runs it in for the touchdown. Dicker on now for the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Wizards drive their lead to 11. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. Here's a return from the 7. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. They're out and set. 1st and 10. They're going to throw here to begin the drive. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. Working quickly here. They give on 2nd to Benson. And that hit stops him in his tracks. Nothing gained or lost on that run. And now it's 3rd and 3.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday. But doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. They send a receiver in motion right. Back to throw on 3rd down. This reeled in by Benson. Gets it to the 15. Touchdown, Houston! The Texans shrinking the lead some in the 3rd. Trey Benson, the touchdown! All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance. You go with what you think is your best option. There they felt like it was going to be a pass, but sometimes it simply doesn't work.
So after making this a 5-point ball game, they kick it off. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Set. Ready.
Here's Robinson up the middle. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule. That kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
Taken in by Harrison. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
Here's Herbert, 1st and 10. His shot downfield will wind up incomplete.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down.
Set. Ready.
Back to the air, Herbert. Trying for the deep ball. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done, incomplete.
You know, I don't fault that look at all, Kate, downfield. It was just an excellent defensive play to deny him the ball and knock it away. That is good on good.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Now Herbert again. That one's caught along the left sideline. And they get there to touch him down, Brock, but a big gain on that play.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Whoa. Go.
Herbert throwing again. On the move, headed right. No place to go, so he just threw it away.
Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, man, you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. It's exactly what the secondary did, and it forces the throwaway.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call.
Set.
From the gun, it's Robinson. And he'll be stopped after getting this down to the 31. There's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on 3rd down.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on 3rd down, Kate. Take at least a little bite out of the big meal between them and the 1st down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
Hey, go line.
Here they come. This is 3rd and 5.
Set.
Shotgun snap to Herbert. Finds his target, Robinson. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And they're going to have a 1st down.
Hey, Kate, they don't rightly care who it's going to go to in that situation. All they really care about are the results on 3rd down. And that's exactly the result they needed. Enough to keep this drive moving.
Diving, it looks close. They say he caught it. That's a gain of 13, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving.
Touchdown! Dicker on now for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Wizards push the lead up to 12. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Return starts at the 9. He stopped on the return at the 27. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Now they'll throw out of the gun. That's Mitchell on the slant. He finds 37 yards on the play to move those chains.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. Hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
He's going to push one deep down the right.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down.
Here we go.
They're throwing it. Benson's got it. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Offense up to the line fast. He has the first over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
Ready.
All right, I'll set up now. 1st and 10.
Go.
Benson now from the gun. Dukes out a one-stop. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Motioning left is their running back. From the 23. That's going to be caught by Mitchell. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. Working inside the red zone. And he will score. It's a Houston touchdown. The Texans shave some off the deficit late in the quarter. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate.
Yep.
You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. But what makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
He's throwing for it. And this is going to be caught, getting aggressive as they trail in this game, and that takes them 2 points closer. We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Herbert now. Got a man. Robinson has it. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. That play good for 17 and a 1st down.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him, turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
Ready.
Herbert on 1st down. He's on the move. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. Rather than force something when no one open and risk a turnover, he wisely just threw it away.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down.
Let's go. Set. Let's go. Hey. Real hot.
Working from the gun here. It's Herbert. He lets one fly deep downfield. They connect on the deep shot. And in for the touchdown. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Dicker's extra point is up and good. A very active quarter for us. Plenty of... Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Return starts at the 3. And this drive will start inside the 25. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Short pass brought in. Has some daylight through the 40. And what a hit there. Ouch, she pays the price for moving the chains that time.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Throwing now on 1st down. We've got a screen to the running back. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now.
Let's go now.
Looking for a throw here. Complete out to the right. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the 1st.
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
Throwing it again here. Has it downfield, working the left. And he's in! Touchdown, Houston! The Texans now within 1 score in the 4th. Texans facing a big play as they go for 2. Back to throw. Forces that one, and it's intercepted. Well, he looked maybe a little unsure of the call, Brock, and that 2-point try unraveled out there.
Or maybe they were just surprised by the look this defense came out in. Either way, unfortunately, not a whole lot you can do once that ball snapped. Got to find some way to make that call work.
And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Set. Grenade. Go.
Shotgun snap, a give to Robinson. The ball's out, he lost it. And this is going to stay with the offense as he makes the recovery. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down.
59. Set.
From the 34. Into the hands of Pitts. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that'll give them a 1st down.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Set.
Herbert from the gun. Escapes the pocket. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
You hear so many programs all around the league talk about it's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Well, discretion, a bit of part of valor in a lot of cases. And right there, he understood it's all about the ball, and I'm not going to risk a turnover wisely, throwing it away.
Harrison's got it on the sideline.
It's one thing to draw all these routes up when you're in the pocket. It's quite another when a play breaks down. Timing on routes change when you leave the pocket and scramble. What a great adjustment to still deliver a clean ball.
Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7.
Kappa. Set.
It's Herbert once more. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
Oh, those linebackers. They seem to be in the thick of every play and some of the quickest reaction times out there. He needed a quick reaction there to get a finger on the throw. It changed its direction.
It's running out of steam, and it falls just short. It's no good. And their lead will remain unchanged in the 4th.
Obviously, Kate, that miss would have made it a touchdown game. But think of it this way. It's still a touchdown game. But instead of it forcing overtime, now it's going to give them a loss.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. They'll throw to begin this drive. Hits his running back. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Give him 24 on that play. And it sets up a Houston first. Back now, pressure on its way. Put the body on the line for his team. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with first and goal.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right cover.
Touchdown, Houston! Texans facing a big play as they go for two. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. And it falls incomplete. Can't make that pass work, so as a result, they will not be able to push their new lead to a field goal. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. He fields it from the 8. Oh, baby, he gets rocked, and the ball is out. And this is going to be a turnover. The defense forces the big play.
Just look at everyone flying down the field. And when they fly down the field, they got two things in mind, Kate. Number one, get the returner down. And number two, separate the ball if you can. It's rare that it happens, but it sure is exciting when it does.
And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it first and goal. We've reached the 2-minute warning from London. Texans holding just a 1-point advantage. A touchdown would put this one to bed. A few shots at it here, starting with first and goal. Up the middle they go with Bigsby. And he won't get anything there. Several defenders nearby to hold him up. No gain that time, and now it'll be second and goal.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on first down. More to come.
And he drives forward for a little, maybe to the 7. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call is going to be on third down. He's back to throw. And that is the catch that should end this game and seal this win. Touchdown. Slant route, as it does so many times every game we call, Brock. Paying dividends. Made that touchdown look a lot easier than it was.
An uncontested release that close to the end zone spells disaster for a defense every time, Kate. You got to have a whole lot more physicality at the point of attack because a QB is always going to be looking for that short little slant near the goal line.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 30-yard line.
First and 10 now from the 30. Back to throw. Pitts brings it in. And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Setting up to pass. Getting out to his left. Now here he goes. And he's able to move past the 45 before going out. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the first down. Timeout coming from the Texans. That's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. New set of downs for him from the 46.
Set. Reload.
Here he is to throw. Completed over the middle. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And they'll have first down.
Kate, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s versus man on a drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you can find a completion just like that. Look at how well the coverage held up on that play. Even as the QB escapes the pocket and buys extra time in secondary, well, they got real sticky, stay tight, and force the throw away.
380. Reload. Set.
On second down, Robinson. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run, but I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake.
That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. And the Texans make the play that should win them this game.
Well, I'll admit, man, I got to admire the guts, the willingness to continue to challenge the coverage, even with 2 interceptions already. But there's his third strike. And no, it's not baseball, but he definitely has to be smarter with what he's doing with the football.
And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets them 3. So the Texans come away with the road win. And they can be proud of their exploits on the road and overall so far this season as they improve to 2-0. So for Brock Huard, everyone here on our great crew, I'm Kate Scott, and this has been the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Texans as we say...